Ian's back with another reaction. I haven't made any videos in a while. Well, not a while, like 2 days, ain't nothing. But you know, I look for videos to do content on. But yeah, see my new digs right here. I got these off Amazon. Amazon the best. I'll tell you that right now. So convenient. So convenient. But anyway, this reaction video, like I said, I haven't seen this yet, but it looks, the title, say ex-con husband shoots influential wife on camera for stealing his money while he was in jail. This video is not that long. It's like 16 minutes. But let's take a look and let's react to it. All right, let's get it.
I lost my mind. I was only drunk because I didn't have no food. Nobody cared that I didn't have food. Y'all just kept giving me Patron.
Because I look at you different. Why the about my baby mom? I don't give it. Yo, if you ever was to talk to her, she'd tell you that.
I would never talk to that on my level. She ain't do nothing to me, and she never been in my circle. She never been around me.
And you've been bringing it up. So now I'm gonna give you what you want. I'm not.
That nigga look crazy. Maybe just that's because he in jail. But yeah, and he talking like that. I don't know. She probably think that she know him. Y'all gotta realize everybody not the same. I ain't gonna keep stopping the video, but let's finish watching. Everybody not the same. If you do a dude one way that you was with, and he was letting you get away with that stuff, that's how he does it. You can't pull the same shit on motherfuckers who ain't used to that shit. Everybody wasn't raised right, and you have to in situations like this. Let's see what happens.
Never gonna touch you again. I'm never physically gonna hurt you. You married this nigga, I'm blowing this head off on everything I love. I'm going back to prison.
We've all seen those glamorous influencers online, the perfect lives, the luxury, the constant stream of picture-perfect moments. But what happens when the cameras go dark and reality comes crashing in? For Tiffany Natifa Wade, reality wasn't just different, it was far worse than anyone could have ever imagined. On October 7th, 2023, what began as a typical day for Tiffany took a horrifying turn. She was at a barbershop with her young son, simply there to get him a fresh haircut. But in a matter of minutes, that ordinary day turned tragic. Her ex-husband, Armand Hilton, stormed into the shop, enraged and volatile. Seconds later, loud bangs rang out and Armand was seen bolting out of the barbershop, disappearing down the street. Tiffany dead. What could have driven Armand to commit such a horrifying act? And how did Tiffany's seemingly perfect lifestyle play a role in her death?
Man, I ain't give a fuck about that. I told you stop throwing it in my face. If this is what you want to do, go in and do it. Stop throwing it in my face. I just left you 2 months ago. Stop throwing it in my face before I kill you. That's what I'm telling you, because that's what my mindset. I was over here.
For social media influencer
Hold on, back that up for a second. I didn't read what he was saying. He was on a rampage. I was scared as shit after I was alone in Miami. When he started calling me, got that blurred out. Anything on the phone hurt. Huh. Oh, okay.
I was over here.
For social media influencer 40-year-old Tiffany Natifa Wade, life seemed picture perfect. Her social media feeds were always filled with glamorous photos and videos, heartfelt.
Okay, let me pause this. I just gotta get this out. Tell me how y'all feel about women with BBLs. This for the guys. Women with BBLs. I don't like them. I don't like them. I mean, I get down with somebody like that, but as far as bringing them home and having it all the time, and it's just fake. And then the girls be taking pictures and stuff like they models. Every girl want to be cute, which that's irking to me. That's all they worry about, being cute. They don't give a fuck if they broke as shit. They want to be, I'm cute, look at this, let me take a picture. Filters to death. You don't know who motherfuckers look like nowadays. But anyway, yeah, I digress.
posts about resilience, and glimpses of her successful businesses. She had captivated thousands of followers with her rags to riches story, inspiring people to follow their passions and chase their dreams. But behind the filters and carefully curated moments was a dark and dangerous reality she couldn't hide forever. Her volatile relationship with her ex-con husband, Armand Hilton, whose love had turned into resentment and obsession. Natifa, as she was fondly called by people who loved her, had worked hard to create the life she shared online. From Philadelphia, Natifa had always known she would be successful as long as she worked hard for her success. And she did. Natifa owned multiple businesses she constantly posted online. She had a home care business she named Kisses Care.
Look at her.
She also had a wig business she named Kisses Armor Hair Extensions, as well as several other businesses she ran. You see, Natifa believed in herself and knew she could do anything she set her mind to. So,
I bet money she's from Atlanta. That's like my ex. Multiple businesses. Fuck that. That's too much stress for me. Multiple business, chaos, constant chaos. I'm talking my ex, y'all. I'm sorry for this being, but that doesn't impress me. What she's doing in her businesses and who gives a fuck.
So if she had an idea, she didn't give up until she made that idea come to life. Social media was her tool of success. She made a lot of money influencing other brands and modeling and influencing for her own brands and businesses. She never stopped working. She worked very hard, but she played harder. Natifa believed in balance. She didn't think working should take up a person's whole time and space. She felt relaxing was important too. She shared even more of that on social media. Her social media pages were filled with photos and videos of her living it up, taking vacation after vacation and sharing them with her followers. She was an influencer, and that's what influencers do. From motivational posts to behind-the-scenes glimpses of her success, she made it look like she was thriving. But not everyone was happy about Natifa's success. Her ex-husband Armand Hilton was not happy that Natifa was thriving while he remained locked up in jail. The more she shared, the angrier he got, until...
You know what? I bet money the reason why he was in jail is because of her. I bet money that's why he was in jail. Being loyal to her ass. And the commentator acting like, what'd she say? Jealous of her success. She probably drove that nigga crazy. A nigga will only do some stupid shit what this motherfucker did if a girl drives him there to that point. Like me as an example. Like my chick, she was cheating on me like crazy. My wife. I found out multiple affairs. 5 is what I was able to find out and count. And she talked to me reckless, calling me dumb fuck and all types of shit, dumb ass, retarded, like she just, like I was beneath her. Mind you, I got a master's degree, perfect credit, military. I'm a straightforward dude. Don't never call a girl out her name. Disrespectful, because I got 4 sisters from a big family. Treated me like shit. But she got me there. She got me to the point where I was doing shit I thought I would never do, but it was for her. I actually, one time I was running and I was thinking like, if I don't get out of this relationship, I'm gonna end up in jail. And she used to ask me to do some stupid shit like hurt people and all that shit. I never did it, but motherfuckers were doing stuff for her. Like in the past, she had people that was able to do that. She manipulated to do that. And this girl comes across like that. That's probably why this motherfucker was so pissed. Like he probably took an L for her. Now he in jail. He probably got out and she kept taking advantage of him, doing what she wanted to do. No respect. That's the only way it'll cause a dude to do what he do, is the respect fact. That's all a man want, is respect. Respect, that's all we want. Nothing else. I'm sorry. I'm going to let this play.
Till one day, he couldn't take watching Nitifa thrive anymore, so he paid her a visit. By the end of that visit, Nitifa was dead.
Man, I don't give a fuck about that. I told you stop throwing it in my face. If this is what you want to do, go in and do it. Stop throwing it in my face. I just left you 2 months ago. Stop throwing it in my face before I kill you. This is what I'm telling you because that's my mindset. I will go there.
When Nitifa met Armand, she couldn't have imagined he would have been capable of the horrific things he would come to do to her. When they met, they were in love almost immediately. It pretty much felt like a fairy tale for Nitifa, and she thought she had met the man she was going to spend the rest of her life with. A man she didn't have to compromise her lifestyle because he lavished her with money too. At some point in their relationship, Armand started buying properties in Nitifa's name. The properties were meant to show Nitifa the depth of his love, how much he was willing to do for her, and they worked. Nitifa had fallen more in love with him than she ever did with any of the men she previously dated. Everything about Armand seemed perfect, starting with the fact that he seemed to have dropped into Nitifa's life at the perfect moment. She had not been lucky with the men she picked in the past, and after 3 children, she was ready to give up on men and dating when Armand popped into her life. Everything else seemed to fall into place after that, or at least that's what she thought. What she didn't know was that Armand's over-the-top gestures weren't just a display of deep affection, they were also an insurance of sorts. His source of income wasn't clean at the time, and buying properties in Nitifa's name kept the properties safe in the event he was caught. It also meant Nitifa would have to be in his life forever, or at least that's what he thought. He thought everything he did for her would be enough to keep her with him, but once he was arrested and sent to prison, the scales fell off Nitifa's eyes and she realized she had been played by Armand. She quickly filed for divorce.
What did he go to jail for, is the question. They're not saying.
And moved on with her life, focusing on her children and businesses. But unfortunately for her, good news has a way of traveling fast, and it wasn't long before Armand caught wind of the kind of lifestyle Nitifa's willing, and he was furious. At this point, he had spent years of his life behind bars paying for a crime that had torn his marriage apart. And what made it worse for him was that while he served his sentence, Nitifa rebuilt her life, channeling her energy into her children and influencer career, and found love again with another man. Nitifa had slowly started to post the man to her social media, just like she posted parts of her life, and somehow the photos and videos she posted of her new man found their way to Armand in prison. He was furious that she would dare move on from him after everything he had done for her, so he called to demand she stopped flaunting her
Oh my gosh, exactly. This is I hate to keep comparing this to my life, but this exactly what happened to me. I didn't go to jail. I was smart enough to not go there before, but I sacrificed everything that I earned when I met my ex-wife. Everything. She basically drained me dry, used my credit, put me in debt, left me after she cheated on multiple affairs, left me, fucked her way to the top, excuse my language. Fucked way to the top, got successful, still on my insurance, had a baby on me, and then moved on to the dude, gave that dude everything that I sacrificed for. We were still married. Started taking this dude on trip. Me and her talked, the stuff me and her talked about doing, she was doing it for him, in my face. Taking him he going to NBA games, shopping sprees. Everything that I sacrificed to get her to that point, she was giving it to him. That would drive a motherfucker crazy. I mean, it almost, I didn't go there, but I was in the dark spot. Put it that way, I was in the dark. Only the grace of God and prayer got me out of it. I had to realize what it was. But I see this dude didn't do that, so.
Relationship in his face. Like I said, Armand was in prison at the time, so Nitifa didn't think she had anything to worry about. But the more she posted her new man and her luxury life, the angrier Armand got. When she wouldn't do as he said, Armand resorted to threats. He threatened to unalive her new man if she didn't stop flaunting him in her face, and threatened to unalive her as well. Nitifa was unbothered by Armand's threats. After all, he was in prison and could not touch her. In response to his threats, she decided to post more videos of her man. She doesn't post his his face just in case it got to Armand, but she was not shy about posting the huge rock he put on her finger.
Would you stop? Stop it.
Armand Hilton was absolute.
That shit would have drove me fucking crazy. What the fuck was she doing? Look at this shit. I don't. Look at this shit.
Her finger.
Oh my god. That's some dumb ass shit right there. What the fuck? This making me mad, not even him. She not the victim. He the victim. The dude in jail who killed her is the victim. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck you doing? Real nigga, get the fuck out of here.
Armand Hilton was absolutely furious when he found out that Tiffany, his ex-wife, had gotten engaged. After everything that had happened between them, him being locked up, the money he believed she'd stolen from him, and all the years they'd spent apart, this was the final straw. It wasn't just that Tiffany was moving on, it was that she was moving on without him, and that idea seemed to set something off in Armand. He couldn't stomach it. He couldn't accept that she was happy and building a future with someone else while he was left in the past, stuck in his anger and resentment. So, he started calling her, over and over, and with each call his anger seemed to grow. What had probably started as some frustrated messages about their past quickly turned into something darker. He was no longer just upset, he was threatening her.
And you've been bringing it up. So now, I'm going to give you what you want. I'm never going to touch you again. I'm never physically going to hurt you. You marry this nigga, I'm blowing his fucking head off on everything I love. I'm going back to prison.
Armand could not bear the thought of sharing Natifa with another man. His jealousy turned into obsession in no time. When Natifa didn't do what he wanted, he asked for all the properties he bought in her name back, thinking that would pressure her to give in to his demands, but it didn't work. Natifa refused to give the properties back because he purchased them for her, in her name. There were gifts, and she didn't want to return them. This didn't go down well with Armand, who called with more threats.
I see why this nigga flipped out. She didn't want to give him back? Hell no.
I told you stop throwing it in my face. If this is what you want to do, go in and do it. Stop throwing it in my face. I just left you 2 months ago. Stop throwing it in my face before I kill you. That's what I'm telling you, because that's what my mindset. I will go there.
When he realized the threats didn't work, he changed tactics to begging her to take him back. He would call her several times to tell her how much he missed her and their lives together.
Us to be together, like, I really do. Really do. I miss the whole everything.
But at that point, it was too late. Natifa had already moved on. Armand was unwilling to accept that, and what he did next sent shockwaves through the city of Philadelphia. When Armand realized his threats were not working on Natifa, he moved on to her friends. He threatened to unalive one of her friends until she told him she hadn't spoken to Natifa in a long time.
I snap on it because I look at you different. Why the about my baby mom? I don't give it. Yo, if you ever was the top nigga, she'd tell you that.
I would never talk to that on my level. She ain't give fuck nothing to me, and she never been in my circle. She never been around that.
After the threatening phone calls, she took to her social media to post about his threats. She wrote, "Speedy, you went out sad, bro. I never thought you would be out there recording men in jail, or me, or calling or pillow talking. I thought you was a real man. I am ashamed, damn." Armand was threatening everybody at this point. He sent Natifa several threatening messages like, "Thought you was gonna get away for trying to play me like you played me, Butch. You don't know who the f*** are you. I'm a psychopath. I don't have to wish I'll do it. I'll get it done or get it done. This is what you don't understand." At this point, Natifa was scared, but still consoled by the fact that she was way out of his reach until he was released from prison. At around 1:48 p.m. on October 7, 2023, officers were called to a barbershop at the 2500 block of West Lehigh Avenue. The suspect was said to have opened fire inside the shop, hitting a woman in her torso and her head. By the time first responders arrived at the crime scene, it was too late. The victim, who was later identified as Natifa Wade from Coatesville, Pennsylvania, was pronounced dead at the scene at 2:04 p.m. In cases like this, the first thing investigators do is look at surveillance tapes at the crime scene, hoping they can find any cameras that caught the perpetrator. Sometimes they find enough clues to make an arrest, and other times they have to work the case even harder. working it from multiple angles to get to the perpetrator. But in this case, they didn't have to try all that hard. You see, there was a camera right outside the barber shop that records everyone that goes in and out of the shop. A quick look at the footage told the cops a lot more than they bargained for. In the footage, a man was seen running out of the barber shop, a firearm in his hand. He ran as far as he could, but he could not outrun the cameras. Once the investigators had what they needed from the footage, they spoke to the witnesses at the scene. They were told Natifa, who was a frequent client at that barber shop, had taken her young son to get a haircut on the 2500 block of West Lehigh Avenue around 1:48 p.m. As Tiffany and others were inside the barber shop, a man entered, furious and intent on violence. The suspect, later identified as her ex-husband Armand Hilton, opened fire in the shop, hitting Tiffany in the torso and head.
Police have identified a suspect in connection with a deadly shooting inside a North Philly barber shop. 44-year-old Armand Hilton is wanted for murder, robbery, and related charges. Police say he shot and killed Natifa Wade inside a barber shop on Lehigh Avenue on Saturday afternoon.
The details of the shooting were harrowing. According to authorities, Armand's attack seemed calculated, his rage explosive. He had known Natifa was going to be at that barber shop and came prepared. Investigators quickly turned their focus to locating Armand, who was considered armed and dangerous. The Philadelphia Police Department issued a warning urging the public to stay alert. They also started a manhunt with the homicide unit and law enforcement agencies working together to track him down. The authorities begged for anyone with information on Armand's location to come forward, offering a $20,000 reward for tips leading to his arrest and conviction. The tip line was flooded with calls, but Armand was still nowhere to be found, and he continued to evade capture for days, further intensifying the public's sense of fear and urgency. As the investigation unfolded, Tiffany's tragic death began to reveal more than just the horror of the moment. People started asking, what led to this violent act? Was this just a random outburst? Or was there a deeper, more complicated story beneath the surface? Tiffany had built a life in front of the camera as an influencer, creating a persona that many admired, even envied. But behind that curated image was a personal history that may have played a key role in the events leading to her death. Her relationship with Armand Hilton had been tumultuous, marred by issues that were perhaps kept behind closed doors, but eventually spilled out into public view. They had been divorced, but clearly old wounds ran deep enough to push Armand to this horrifying act. As investigators dove deep into what led Armand to do what he did, they found out something shocking. Armand had claimed to many people that Natifa had stolen from him. He claimed the properties he bought in her name weren't meant to be hers, but for her to keep safe. It's unclear exactly how much money was involved, but it appears that the financial betrayal might have been what set off Armand's rage. As investigators pieced together the puzzle of Natif's life, it became clear that she was more than just a social media personality. She was a mother, a woman trying to navigate her own world and make a living, but also caught in a deeply troubled past. This story is far from over. Authorities are still searching for Armand, who is now wanted for murder. He remains at large, and anyone with information about his whereabouts is urged to come forward. The community, shaken and grieving, is left with a painful reminder that even the most perfect lives can hide devastating truths. Tiffany's death is a tragic reminder of how betrayal and unresolved pain can erupt in the most horrifying ways. As this case develops, it raises difficult questions about the nature of influence, fame, and the darker sides of personal relationships. In the age of social media, where everyone is carefully curating an image, it's important to remember that behind the filters and the glamour, people are still dealing with real-life struggles. Hey.
Okay. Huh. Okay. That's like a good interview video. But, yeah. What I'm saying about that is this. People who constantly be on social media and portray this life, glamour and all this stuff, like they constantly go on trips. It's everybody's a book, and the fact that this woman got killed is not surprising to me. Sorry, y'all. It's not surprising to me at all. It's always something going on deeper. On the outside, bottom line, the outside cover looks good. You got to read the book. What's in the book? She probably had hella shit going on. She took dude money, took his stuff, went and got another dude. After like dude was gonna be in prison forever. Nigga got out, killed her, and now he vamped her. And I thought they called him like right away. Yeah. So anyway, that's all I got. Join me on the next video. And we'll dive into something else. But that's so similar to my life. And chicks are just like that. This is how women are over here. That's why I'm dating overseas. Look into it anyway. Alright. Y'all stay up and subscribe to your boy. Catch you on the next video. Peace.
Ever since I caught you all that eyes, you got no chill.